Mafia here, back for another deck check. This time it's the updated Moon build. This is Kurt's deck with the Mistress Hurricane. So we'll start off grade 3s.
Yep.
Okay, so there's the 3 Nightmare Doll Alice, 3 Mistress Hurricane, the key card of the deck, and Robert. Grade 2s, 2 Big League Bear, 2 Nitro Juggler, 4 Crimson Beast Tamer, and 4 Barking Cerberus. Grade 1s, we've got the 3 Midnight Bunny, 3 Turquoise Beast Tamer, 3 Skull Juggler, 3 Null Guards, and the 2 Purple Trees. We're still looking for all, so if you have some, send us a message. Trigger lineup is going to be all stands, except we need some stands. We have crits at the moment, but these will all be stands, so no crits. Alright.
And then 4 heals, 8 stands, 4 draws.
Yep. So Kurt's going to take us through the deck, starting with the grade 3s. Alright, so 3 hours.
3 hours. You'd be mad not to run Alice pretty much in any Power Moon build.
It is an amazing card.
That and Nightmare Bunny together is just ridiculous.
The attack hits, Counterblast 1, Ghost of Soul, plus another, obviously.
Combined with Purple Trapeze, it's just such a key pressure card in the deck. And it either forces the opponent to take the attacks and just keep taking the attacks, or they'll guard and use up their hand and resources.
Alright, so this plus the Trapeze combo, all you need is 1 in Soul, 1 in hand, 1 in the field,
With this particular deck, riding Alice isn't such a bad idea because it still builds up Soul for Mistress Hurricane. And when she gets 8 in Soul, it goes to 11 passive.
So this is the key card of the deck. That's the SP, by the way. It looks pretty sexy. It looks like shit in the anime, though. So, when you have 8 or more in Soul, it goes to 11. When you ride it, Counterblast 2, call any Power Moon card out to your rearguard spot. In this build, you will focus on having a lot of Soul, so you use Soul charging units like Big League Bear, Nitro Juggler, Skull Juggler as well. Even the draw trigger, you'll boost with the draw trigger a lot as Kurt has noted. Okay, the 1 Robert. Why the 1 Robert?
It's just an alternate Vanguard. Some people used Barking
Manticore, yeah.
Use Manticore as a soul stopper. Basically, if you can get this guy Robert out before either Alice or even Hurricane, it's just a good way to build up some soul so Alice goes to 11.
Alright. You did originally have Golden Beast Tamer. Why did you take it out?
Golden Beast Tamer was either dead a lot of the time or I got it too early. By the time I did get it sometimes.
Because in this deck you will only have, previously you only had the 3 Vanguards that you really wanted to ride. And, you don't really want to ride Alice, you don't really want to ride the Golden Beast Tamer too early. Alright, moving on to the grade 2s, 2 Nitro Juggler, why them?
It's just another soul charging unit. And at 9k, it's still a reasonably good beater for early game pressure.
Alright, and the 2 Big League Bear for the same reason?
Exactly.
It's only 8, but
the intercept is just so helpful.
It does force your opponent to attack a rearguard as well, because they don't want you to get the 2 soul charge off.
Yeah. And the Vanguards in this deck are pretty light, as in they're pretty weak. So
yeah, they only do. They are at 10k a lot until you get that 8.
So any focus on rearguards is fine.
It is very important. 4 Crimson Beasts.
If you get 1 into Soul, that's just amazing pressure.
It is, because it Soul charges a lot, you will have a higher chance of getting the Crimson Beast in Soul, which is very good.
Even with Purple Trapeze, just swapping things around, it's just so easy.
If you have that at a rearguard spot, you can Trapeze, it just goes in. So. 4 of these babies, that's 10k beater. It does lack power as well, so you need the 10k, I think, in this format. 3 Turquoise, much for the same reason. You will probably get that in Soul by the end of the game. So it is a 9k booster. 3 Midnight Bunny, why not 4? Why not 2?
Well, just trying to get the soul charging aspect more so than the soul moving around and stuff.
So it's not really a pure swap build, it's more of a soul charging build.
That's why I've opted for 3 Juggler and the 2 the
Null Guard. Only 3, would you bump it up to 4 if you had 4?
I would move it up to 4.
Because
for dropping something, I'm not quite sure which I'd drop.
Alright, well it is a key card in the deck, I think, especially with the format as it is. You've got the big heavy hitters, so you need those 4 Null Guards. Lastly, the Purple Trapeze. There's no real explanation for this. This is an amazing card. All Power Moon builds should probably run it.
If you don't, you're doing something wrong.
It is a very expensive card though, so fair play to you if you do it. The trigger lineup, why the 8 stands?
8 stands, just more pressure. That's what I found the deck's all about. It's just constant pressure on the opponent to guard, and to just either let your attacks all go through, or it's all or nothing kind of deck. Your attacks go through or they don't, and if they don't, then your opponent's going to give up a lot of resources. So the more stands, the more chances to waste their resources.
Alright, the starting Vanguard. This is Hades Ringmaster starting I can't remember what the English name is.
Sultan.
Yeah,
Sultan
it's something.
Remastered.
It's something. Why this over Luck Pigeon?
Because I always forget I have Lark Pigeon and Soul.
That's a fair point though, because I always did as well when I was running the deck.
Even with the theme of the deck, it works fine.
It is. If you ride, ideally your first turn move would be Skull Juggler onto this Soul Charge 2, so that's already 4 in Soul by your next turn when you ride a 2 over it. The Luck Pigeon is good as well, but because you're running 7 or like a somewhat high number of grade 3s, you will often have dead card in hands. It is difficult to get that. Any changes to the deck here, or any likely coming up?
Pretty much just the stand triggers.
Stand triggers. We're still looking for stand triggers and that trapeze. Would you run any more than 2 trapeze if you had them?
I think so. I'd max run 3, just so if they go to damage, you've got still got the backups.
Yeah. I mean, 1 is a bit small.
Yeah.
Or 1 is definitely too small. 2 seems.
2 seems fine.
Yeah. Alright. Flaws of the deck.
Flaws?
Flaws. Yeah.
It's got a very low power output. Even with the boost by Turquoise with Crimson in Soul, you're still only getting through about 20 or 19 max.
And especially since you have to hit the magic number of 17 or 18 at the moment, it's low, basically.
It's very low. And
Because a lot of the boosters are 6.
Yeah,
6,
exactly right.
7, 7. You have no 8Ks. Would you run the vanilla 8K?
Personally, I prefer the 7s and the Turquoise Beasts.
Because of the effects.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. This is Making Up Scotch Mafia. We'll be back with more deck checks and a match soon.
Until then, have a blast.